crafted specifically.
Stream died.
Stream died.
Oh, it's back. Never mind.
Okay. Rude.
Yeah.
It'll be in 3 parts later.
Gonna have so
How
much
long-
fun exporting that.
Question is, how long ago did it die?
Not long.
Not too
The
long
timer
ago.
just started. It's at 20 seconds for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it didn't die too long ago.
And if you... Oh. We should let folks know to refresh if they lost
Yep.
it.
Just did.
Thank you.
Yes. Denier wouldn't know of that book. It was crafted specifically with the idea that he wouldn't know about the book. The one and
Why?
only book of its kind.
Because
simple.
she wants to be above it all.
Not just above it all. Of every god that life has come into encounter with. It's a book about killing us all.
It's a contingency.
Where does it belong?
Where does it belong?
then?
We need to go get it.
I don't know. But if she crafted it, then it will return to wherever she originally made it.
Could it be the library in her realm? Where all the gods
I
meet?
don't know. I couldn't
Like-
say for sure.
No, because that was supposed to be his. This was supposed to be his. But it's in her realm.
It doesn't.
Kronos was also unable to manipulate time within her realm. So
No.
things in her realm are outside the reach of the other gods.
The other gods
No.
know about what's
we
happening.
we became very aware of our inability to fight back in the realm of life. I mean, that's when we lost. She kind of side-eyes Ham in the kitchen. I witnessed her do it. I witnessed her kill him.
Kill who?
Hester, the god of cooking. He simply said that he wanted to give up being the god of the hearth. He wanted to spend his time exploring and seeing people and interacting and watching them enjoy the things that he brought to the table.
Literally and figuratively, I would imagine.
Yes. He never got the chance to.
She killed it.
Maybe not directly, I'll say. Putting out plates that I find somewhere.
We have reason to believe that our friend here holds that same soul.
Well, the book at least.
I'm sure he'd be happy to know that you hold the book, but I regret to inform you that you don't hold the soul. She trapped it in the kitchen.
Yeah, I spoke with him for a bit.
Yeah, he can't have her leave there, though.
I'm sure we'll work it out. Here, everybody eat up. Nom, 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 nom.
Is Persephone working with her?
Oh, no. No. Persephone's not working with her. Persephone is quite the opposite. She works with her husband.
Who was her husband?
Uh, well, uh, you know,
Death?
yes. Probably
Yeah,
the
that
only
kinda makes
person that
sense.
could, probably the only person that could truly love death, you know? Is somebody who loves everything, alive or dead. But no, she would never work with her. She knows about what happened that day. But she helped me hide, but she can't make it known, or at least couldn't make it known. I mean, it's impossible to kill life.
There has to be something in that book.
There has to be a way.
Claire kind of stands up and she looks at Buns and she goes, "You're the new him?"
I think so. That's what the letter says, I guess.
She looks at you and she goes, "I need certainty. Are you the new him?"
Ham is gonna give her a pat on the back and slide her a plate and just give her a smile, which he's learned how to do recently.
If I can't convince Death to give him back. Yes. And if I do convince Death to give him back, she shows the symbol. I am still his.
There's a reason that I'm hidden here. I'm the only disciple that was hidden here specifically because of what Denier asked me to do.
Keep the tower safe.
More specific, it is all Acolyte's jobs to keep the tower safe, but I had a specific area of study. She walks over to the desk and she pulls out a key and she unlocks one of the drawers and she slides out a journal. And she walks over to the table and she presses it into the table and slides it to Buns. My field of expertise was specifically to study the other gods, find out information, and learn about anything that may or may not have been written in other books. When Denier started to notice, when he started to notice things going differently than normal, he came to me making an odd request. He said that you cannot kill life or death. But if you cannot kill life or death, how do you stop them? It was my job to figure out how to stop them. The simple answer is if you cannot kill something, then you do the next best thing. You contain it.
Buns looks over at Fledinsky. There's another death. She's created another death. And the gods have her contained.
Question is the death that is contained within life's realm the old one or the new one?
The new one. The problem is that life cannot open it. It was specifically made with the intention of needing more than one god to open the seal, so that even life themselves could not break a seal. But if you can't convince gods to open a seal that you yourself want opened, then what's the
Fine.
next best thing to do?
You get rid of those gods until you get ones that will do what you want.
We need to break that key.
Breaking the key won't
not gonna-
stop anything. The key is the final piece of a puzzle, but if you break the key, a new one will be formed somewhere else.
We need to keep that key. And we need to keep it safe.
Now, I can't tell you how to seal life specifically because I myself have never learned how to do it, but I can tell you an item that will. However, it's almost impossible to get. She flips open the.
We've been doing a lot of impossible things the past week or so.
Yeah.
She flips open the book and she starts flipping through pages upon pages, and you kind of see like little glimpses of information on gods you've encountered until she stops specifically on a page with a drawing. And it's a forest area, but the ground around it is not covered in grass. It's instead covered in sand. And in the center is this large looking crystal structure. And it almost looks to be itself encased in something.
Need to get her in there, don't we?
Yeah. But it's frozen solid. Not even foxfire can melt it. I have no idea how to open it.
Oh, which is hotter? Foxfire or Dragonfire?
It's unfortunate, but I don't think either could do it.
Bun
Sua's
stops.
mom
for-
kind of stands up and she walks over and she looks at the page and she goes, "Oh, well, I understand why you didn't share this information with me earlier. I'm not upset about it. But I know how to melt that." And the bird on Suo's head kind of chirps and goes, "Oh, yeah. I mean, of course you probably didn't know. You guys don't know anything because you're not birds. Birds know everything."
Buns
and he kind of
looks
cook
up
him.
at Suo's mom. What was it, Ham?
We have a cook him from across the room.
I'm gonna cook him.
The bird, right?
It's love, isn't
Suo...
it?
Huh? No.
I love it.
That'd be very cute, though. And she looks back at him and she goes, "You could try, but I don't think you'd be very successful in cooking that. Each spirit, each forest has a particular spirit that guards and protects it. That is the rule of nature. Our little bird friend on top of my daughter's head, he guards the frozen forest in which we reside currently. Now that forest in particular is special. If that's sand on the ground, then it is guarded by a particular spirit. One that should be able to also melt that. That is spirit ice. Only those who have gone to the spirit world and can hold the fire from it can melt spirit ice.
I've nearly died. Twice. Does that count? And I
Uh,
hold up my hand.
Not quite. You weren't gifted with spirit fire, I don't assume.
I slowly lower my hand.
You need
So
You
we
need
parlay with this spirit.
Yeah, he's an interesting one. That one. I've only ran into him once or twice. He's
How does
he's a gem.
spirit fire manifest?
Specifically when a guardian perishes, somebody who has grown to great strengths and has determination to protect their forest. When they pass, they are given a specific trait. Our bird friend here, when he passed, he was given the trait of ice. He could, in fact, make your problem worse in this scenario and freeze it more than it already is frozen. Each trait can only be gifted to one, though. So only one person at any given time can have this particular trait. He's the only one that can do Spirit Ice right now, until he one day passes, and it'll be passed on to the next guardian of the frozen forest.
Interesting.
It's what human folk would consider Mother Nature. It's these spirits that keep everything in balance. Without them and these particular traits, I mean, ice would melt or the world would become ice itself.
Yeah, that kind of checks out. All right, Bird, what do we need to do?
Well, it is
I presume
lovely.
you've got some task for us.
It is lovely that we know our next course of action, but... And he looks directly at Sua's mom. You are in danger. The main reason for our arrival.
She challenged us to get to you before she did.
Hmm.
So,
She sits at the table across from Suo, and she looks at Suo. We've just met. Oh, the things I wish I could tell you. The stories I could share. But it seems a choice needs to be made. You can't kill life, but life comes for me.
Buns just starts shaking her head. Come with us.
I can't.
Why?
Because if I were to leave here, then this entire place would fall apart.
What is this place?
This is the safest place for those who are outcast or have nowhere to go. If
Am
I
to
left
under-
here, they would
Am-
all have nowhere to go.
This is a pocket dimension.
You're
Safe
correct.
from prying eyes. Well,
Yes,
presumed safe.
as safe as it can be.
She knows you're here.
I know. If you had a forest full of your friends, would you abandon them?
She said she can't kill. It's not the domain of life.
I
No,
can
she
assure you
sends
there are
others
fates
to
worse
her.
than death.
But we just learned she can kill.
She just sends others to do it.
Yeah.
No, she did it herself. She did it to Hester.
Oh, because I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Was it?
That's
Did she-
different. She didn't
did-
kill him. She trapped him. He might as well be dead. He's trapped there forever, with no physical form.
I see.
Fine.
Like
A
a
type
ghost.
of cruel loophole, if you will.
Persephone doesn't know.
No. Well, I can point you in the direction of the person you need to talk to.
Oh, I thought it was the bird.
Well, the bird can't go with you. He has to stay here.
He has to stay in his forest.
Oh, hold on. He lost audio. Stream might cut out again. Let's check.
Still going.
Okay, and you're back. So we
And
should
I'm
be
back. Okay.
The bird kind of just tilts his head and goes, "You're gonna go talk to that one, huh? That one? He's not a bird either. Tell him I said sorry."
We will.
We won't.
You must be really sad. You're not even a
She's-
metal bird.
She's probably going to send her cult. They can be killed.
Yeah. And I will do my best to kill them. She still
Claire,
says this in a warm, homely voice.
This is the same person that punched the Lord of Beasts, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
Oh yeah. Okay, no. Sidetrack. When Suo is absolutely rambling about that, she does talk about how she does her training montage essentially, and at the end of it she punches the shit out of him, right? And I just imagine her mom being like, "Yeah."
You probably deserved it.
Claire,
Her in that moment, her mom was very much like still gentle and kind, and she was like, "As you should.
Claire,
That was the right choice."
as much as I want you to stay and help defend, I need you alive. You're the only one who knows where the tower is.
Claire stands up and she grabs her cloak. "I can't go with you, and I know that I can't die here. I'll make preparations so that when we meet again, and we will, I'll take you to the tower."
Buns turns and looks at Suo's mom. I'm sorry. I have to keep that tower safe. And
Oh,
I
it's
have to be able to
fine.
know how to find it. Because I don't know.
Honey, it's okay. Claire was never trapped here. She could leave whenever she wanted.
And
It's not like I'll be lonely.
Gestures to Bird.
Oh, no, not him. I would not dare share a room with him for too long. I would get, and she kind of side eyes him, so depressed that I'm not a bird, and he would hate to do that to me. And the bird on your head goes, "Yeah, I don't want to make you upset. I know it's really hard not being a bird."
I want to let you know that is exactly where I thought you were going with that.
look, I know you're pretty powerful and strong. I mean, you punched Bahamut.
And I
Through a
took it.
wall.
Little shit.
Through a wall, reportedly.
Little shit.
Oh, he only told you one?
Yeah.
I had a feeling
didn't
he
wanna-
was.
He didn't want to get his ego hurt. That's fine.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was downplaying the experience.
Yeah.
First and only bloody nose he's ever had.
I don't know. Did I give him a bloody nose?
You did not.
Oh
At
damn!
best,
I'd have
he
been
like
really satisfied if I
cut his lip or something on his own fang or something when you punched
Yeah.
him.
Probably.
He McFelt it.
Suo, did you tell us about your bout with Bahamut?
I don't believe he ever did.
Oh,
No,
okay.
because when she left that training session is when you all met Persephone
Yeah.
to
Right.
go
Right.
to
and
get
we
the
just
soul.
went. So yeah, the first time you hear about that is when I'm like word vomiting.
Mm. Oh, okay. So you did actually mention that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, when
Yeah,
I say
just
that I
now, though,
word
yeah.
vomited everything,
The
I
full
word
exposition
vomit
from
like
the start, from the starter
yes.
campaign to now.
Got it.
Like this is when in Final Fantasy you get the cutscene because you're not gonna sit there while your character actually describes everything. That
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
screen
fade
goes
to
to black for a sec, and then it's like,
Yeah.
ah,
So
so
anyway,
that's what
this
happened.
happened and that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only it was the nervous ramblings version.
Yes.
Right.
Also, if you don't want to call me Suo's mom, you can call me Akane.
Akane. Thank you.
Oh, quick question.
Yes.
I've been tasked to make a recipe, and I think that you're gonna probably know the best. What is the best thing Titania's ever eaten?
What's the best thing Titania's ever eaten?
I need to top that.
You know, I can't say that I know specifically what the best thing Titania's ever eaten before is.
You know
The
how
only
to...
time I've really spent a majority of my time with Titania, she's been trying to play tricks on me. It never works. I mean,
Inspiration. He starts frivolously writing in the notebook.
Do you know how to free Titania?
I dare say I don't. I'm sorry. I've kind of been here for a very long time. I wouldn't even begin to know how to do most things in related. I don't even know how many gods are awoken or not.
Wait, how long have you been here?
Buns will
Seems
rattle off the ones that they know of.
That's good to hear. I've been here since about right after Hestia was confined to his kitchen.
You know,
How long ago
He
was
puts
that?
both hands on his temples as he thinks.
That-
Suo, are you ancient too?
I was just about to be like, how long ago was that? Because Suo's about to start doing some mental math. Like, hold on,
you know what?
hold on.
um,
She's like, you can see her start doing the like, her fingers are like twitching, and she's just like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, oh, honey, don't feel bad. You're very young. It's only been a couple thousand, maybe.
Yeah. How does that feel?
It seems. And he
First
looks
you think you're not 10 anymore.
And Mace looks over at Leditsky. It seems we're a bunch of ancients traveling with a child.
That
And then he
makes-
looks
Wait.
at Buns.
Buns is the baby.
Buns probably might be, yeah. Because she's 250.
Yeah, you don't scratch the surface.
Yeah, no, you went from being the oldest person here,
To the youngest.
and by a wide margin. I've got 3 times your age now instead of 1.5 or no 0.5% of your age.
Yeah,
If it-
because that's what she said. Like, Sue was just like, wait a minute.
If
I
it
thought I
makes
was
you
only like in my 30s. What?
Oh, you thought you were in your 30s? I mean, in Kitsune speak, you're maybe early 20s, sweetie.
I'm like, I thought I was 10. I again hold up my
And-
hand.
Suo, so like Suo's also having the like, where did all of my memories go? Like she's just like, what? Like the Jackie Chan just like hands on head confused face.
Yeah, isn't that interesting that you and Ham don't seem to remember a large chunk of time?
Was a replacement ever found for what was his name? Hephaestus?
Hestia.
Hestia. For Hestia?
I don't believe so. At least not that I'm aware of. Although I believe it has been now. The cookbook would be the item for that.
Funs
Wait,
looks
what?
over at Ham,
And this is what I was.
raises her arms in victory. I wasn't the first god of the party.
Wait a second.
This is what I was
spaced
referring
out.
to earlier.
You
Mayhap
spaced out?
not his soul, but
Well,
All right, wait. We need to realign. You said you were going to point us in the direction of a person.
yeah,
Nice.
Well,
Staying
kind of.
focused.
kind of a person-ish, I guess. I don't know
We
how they.
can
You'd have to
loosely
ask.
say person.
You'd have to
what
ask how
kind
they want to
of
be referred to.
what kind of creature?
Well, so they should be pretty easy to find. Uh, so you've seen a bear before, yes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time ago while also not being a long time ago.
Oh,
We
well,
Talked with
this-
a bear before, yes.
oh. Did they stand on 2 feet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's not the right bear. That's a different bear. This one's
Darn
different.
it.
This one's a little bit different. Let's see. So they're pretty large, larger than, a normal bear.
Mhm.
They patrol the woods, specifically the area with sand instead of grass. Discernible features. Oh, they're completely engulfed in flame.
I'm writing this down in my cookbook.
Funs is
That-
writing this down in her spellbook.
That would definitely stick out. Yeah.
Flips to the page where, the map of the world that we know is.
That would
What
kind of
definitely
food do they
stick
like?
out. Regardless, a bear in the desert would also stick out.
Well, the desert is also weird in the sense that it's surrounded by trees.
Where is it?
And what kind of food do they like?
The bear? I mean, fish, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
You'd
fish.
have to ask. Mostly because anytime I've ever I've never personally interacted with them, but our bird friend has. And the description is, have you ever seen a bear that wants to cast fireballs specifically on themselves to see if they'd live?
I might be able to help them with that. And maybe
Maybe we'll open with that.
we can make a deal. We can use this.
They're
Yeah.
they're fun, is what I've heard.
Okay,
Very
where are
good.
they?
So if you use
Gosh, I
them
haven't
more
cooked bear
as
in a
a
while.
center point, well, this bear comes pre-cooked. It's technically made of fire.
I know, it's a very interesting ingredient.
It's also not edible.
He looks
Because
up at you, making squinty eyes. Everything's edible.
I would assume there is no physical form to this bear outside of
No.
the flames.
There's a physical form. It's just that whenever you try and cook the guardian of a forest, whenever they die, they don't keep a tangential form. They return to the spirit plane. There's
Okay, so I'll just have to make some adjust. You're talking to someone who's been told to cook with emotions and also with life and death before. I'll try to find a way. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Yeah, you're the replacement, all right. You're just as clumsy. So anyway, if you used Damore as a center point, it would be to the
Buns
east.
literally has the map out.
It'd be towards the east, somewhere directly in between the main, the Midnight Expanse and a lake area. If you had to put a pin on it, it'd be like there.
Fair.
So Buns makes a mark there-ish. Forest in sand, question mark?
Yeah, well, it'll look like a normal forest. It's the more you get towards the center, the more
Oh,
the more, I guess, sandy it becomes.
So it's an inverse oasis.
Yeah, you could call it that.
and do we need to have life there to bind
Well,
her into that crystal when we uncover it, or can we
Claire
carry
and-
it around?
Claire off in the side would be kind of looking. I would maybe focus on melting it first before making a judgment on how much you can carry. Wouldn't recommend bringing life there. Kind of make problem solving a bit difficult if you were constantly on the run.
Yeah.
Speaking of this demi-plane, my last question regarding your safety. Is it mobile?
Yes, but not easily. I will make preparations to move it. Just, if it eases your mind a bit more.
It does.
I will make the preparations to move it, and I work pretty quickly. I should be able to move it before any life gets here.
All right. Well, sorry, I used up most of your ingredients. And he starts to leave.
That's fine.
Buns
Uh,
will run over to her and give her a hug.
Her being.
I've already forgotten her name. I should write that down.
Akane.
Akane.
Yes.
She gently pats your head. Thank you for keeping my
Aw.
daughter safe.
And Mace will have been snacking on the food
Yeah,
this whole time.
She kind of looks over at Suo. Not exactly the way I guess you want to run into your mom, huh?
I guess it's better than not at all.
Fair. Have you seen your father?
No.
Oh, okay.
You sound like you're gonna cry.
He might be a bit easier to talk to. I can at least tell you that he's not a god. If that makes it better.
Still alive.
No, the whole God thing, not. I don't think that's the issue. I've been speaking to a lot of gods lately.
Yeah, we're company.
That's it's just
Buns kind of scoots out to give Suo and Akane a moment.
it's just kind of like pretty interesting finding out that your mom's alive, she's in hiding, and then like not even really being able to be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this, just kind of getting thrown on her front door.
Sorry if I wasn't everything that you hoped I'd be.
I didn't really have time to hope for anything.
Mm. I wish I could say that life slows down. It's not been the case for me. It
Uh-huh.
is nice to know that you're still safe, that I didn't give it all up for you to not make it. Have you been happy?
Suo's gonna kind of like basically give like an expression of like thinking. Like not it's not a have I been happy in the aspect of like it's more of a do I remember of my memories that I currently have. Like it's more of like I don't remember much, so like I don't know. Um kind of expression and just be like I mean, I haven't been unhappy. It's been an adventure for sure.
She tilts her head and she kind of glances back at the group of people that are giving you and her space. And then she looks back at you, almost hinting, and says, "Are you happy now?"
Um,
Almost asking if you're happy with the people around you.
right. I don't know if Suo's gonna pick up on that.
She makes it very obvious. It's not subtle.
um, I think she'd be like, if she notices that she's looking around, she'll probably be like, I mean, I'm happy I've met the people that I've met. Um, Probably more scared than anything else.
I guess, let me put it this way. Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Good. I'd do it again too. And she gently caresses your cheek softly. Not once in my entire life did I ever regret giving anything up for you.
She's just gonna like smile.
If there's anything that you take with you from this interaction, Suo, it's that I gave you everything I had so that you could live the life however you wanted to live it, with no one telling you what you can and can't do. So as long as you keep living your life the way that you want to live your life, then I will never regret giving anything up for it.
Suo's just gonna be like,
Did you say something? Because it might have got cut off.
Oh, it was more of a sound effect than a saying something. It was just the like,
Like a chuckle, like a half chuckle. Nervous little
Oh.
half chuckle.
Was thinking maybe whimper.
just kind of like that, how to put this? She's very much so overwhelmed, you know? Like, not only is she meeting her mom for the first time, she's having this like super emotional conversation. She brain fried.
She lifts her head from your cheek and she kind of brushes some hair out of your face. And she tilts your head and she goes, I don't know who told you that you should be a redhead, but the natural color was better. And you kind of see as your hair falls to your shoulder and it's back to whatever the original color of Suo's hair was.
Which was more of a
Mhm.
strawberry blonde.
Not everybody can pull off, the fiery red. You got the spirit for it. Your dad would be upset.
What? What?
She said, not everyone can pull off fiery red. You have the
Right.
spirit for it, but your dad would be upset if you were red.
Oh.
Not that he doesn't enjoy a redhead, and she gives you a little wink.
She's just gonna like she very much so like, don't know.
I punched your dad through a wall once.
It's a love language.
I think he's worried that all redheads can punch people through walls.
Sue's just gonna be like, I'm really glad that I know that my dad is not a god, because I would definitely have assumed you meant Baphomet just now, and I would have been very
Oh no,
concerned.
God, ew, gross.
Like, just
Have
like,
you ever smelled that man? It's like he's never taken a shower before.
Sue's just gonna be like, yes. Like, just like flashbacks to like their brawl or whatever, and she's like, oh yeah, he was a little musky.
Yeah, he's also really full of himself.
See, just I can't. Just can't. I don't know. IRL brain's not working, let alone in-game brain. Ugh.
She just smiles at you. Well, we will have more time to talk. Mom's not gonna die here. I haven't died before, and I won't die now.
Mace will pop back a bit closer. Speaking of mom, do you happen to have any way of contact with any of the other gods?
No, it's not conducive to staying hidden if you have a form of contacting the outside world. It's safer to stay in a bubble.
Makes sense.
Gives a nod and
Buns realizes she has no idea the answer to this question. So she's gonna ask, why have you been hiding?
Well, it's really simple. Uh, you know, I saw what happened to my friend Hestia. Would I be worried about all of the gods? Uh, give or take, yes. But more so, I worry about what would have done. I worry about what would have happened to those who aren't gods. And she kind of looks at Suo.
Awkward thumbs up.
You're a precious being.
The rest of the world has kind of forgotten that your kind existed.
Well,
And
that is preferable.
and has moved on. Although the deaths of your kind are still felt.
Hmm.
I always preferred it more when gods were a secret. Just a way that people got to live. And our job was to make sure that the world just kept spinning the way it was supposed to. The idea of people knowing about us, not everyone, but some people, it felt like we were taking part of their will away. An idea that just because we're more powerful, they should be reflections of what we want. I was never particularly fond of that. So, if the world thinks that gods don't exist, I almost am inclined to think that it might be a better place because of it. Or at least more free.
I didn't want to be a god. But if somebody has to be the god of knowledge, and it can't be D, because we can't get him back for whatever reason. I guess I'll do it if I have to.
Well, here's what I can tell you. Hestia and I, we wanted to give up being gods for our own specific reasons. And we wanted that to be an option that anyone could have, and that our only job would be making sure that whoever took over, they were just as capable, if not more capable, than we were. I hope for you that if you still don't want to be a god, when all is said and done, that is an option for you. It's no longer a life or death sentence.
Buns nods. That's. I don't know what cool magic and powers I might have. But if I have any, I want to use it to ensure that those who are gods or have that choice, that when they want to be when they're tired of it, they can retire and leave and not have to die unless, it's what they want.
Well, to me, it sounds like Dee made a good choice.
Sometimes he was kind of dumb.
She kind of looks at you and she squints and she goes, yeah, sometimes. He was he was
Just-
book smart.
Yeah. He was a good friend, though. I think we all miss him. Right, guys?
Suo nods.
Ham left the room a long time ago.
Well,
He's
we're all
probably chasing
outside.
animals.
He wants to
Ham?
cook one.
Stop trying to cook the wildlife. Those are
I've been in
Akane's
the
friends.
kitchen for so long, so many opportunities.
Those are Akane's friends. Sorry, he tried to eat me too when we first met.
No, it's okay. I'm a little bit more worried about what's gonna happen to him in a moment. It's
Why?
oh well, you know. Those aren't she smiles. They're not regular animals. Ham, roll
Mhm.
a d20.
There's a solid 8.
Okay, 8. Yep, all right. Let's do this. And that one. That's okay. The animal that you've been chasing kind of stops and turns and giggles. And Ham, suddenly you feel an incredibly heavy. And you feel a lot warmer than you did a second ago. And also, you're looking at the world from a slightly different angle. The rest of you notice as the animal that he was chasing turns around, gives a little chuckle, and before your eyes, poof, Ham is replaced with a yak.
Oh, jeez.
I hope that's temporary. I don't have any way of dispelling that.
It's temporary.
Okay.
The animal kind of scurries off into the woods, still giggling. Yeah, they're not animals.
They're spirits, aren't they?
A mixture. Spirits, fairies, pixies, people that got lost, essentially.
Buns.
He should probably return back to normal sometime.
Buns pulls out her tuning fork.
It
this
still
help-
gives like a gentle hum.
She just kind of rubs her cheek against it. Would this help get some of those who are lost home?
Oh, dear. Don't give up a precious possession. They're happy here. If they ever wanted to go home, I would find them their way home. But some of them just like it here. It's comfortable.
Okay.
They have friends and family here. And sometimes they get chased and they turn people into, I guess, yaks.
Ham has flopped over and is starting to nap.
Oh no.
Well, he's making the best of a situation. Good for him.
Yeah.
I just hope he doesn't try to cook himself.
I'm sure he'll
No.
be fine.
Okay, we should go. You have preparations to make. I don't know how long you have.
Don't worry. I will start making preparations as soon as you guys exit the door.
Okay,
Better to
come
do
on.
that than while you're in here. Also the spirit of the forest, this one particularly, once you're out, they'll point you in the direction of where you need to go to run into your fiery friend.
Okay.
We have a long trek ahead of us, I'm sure.
It'd be quite the travel distance from here to there, yes. And I fear that given the described situation, you might have to, she looks over at Yak Ham and goes, no pun intended, hoof it.
Buns just giggles.
Pun is pun was definitely intended.
Mm-hmm.
She
Buns will go
definitely
over.
made the equivalent of a dad joke, yes.
Yeah.
Buns will go over to Ham and climb on him. Ham, we need to go so that Akane can get everything ready. So let's go. Come on. Up. Up
Ham
we
will like
go.
roll over and then just start walking.
Is it okay if I ride on you?
As she's already
He
riding
just
on
Yeah.
keeps on walking.
That is a yes. Okay.
Be safe.
Maybe.
That's a fair
Maybe.
answer.
Before leaving, Mace will give a bow and thank you for the hospitality. And
Of course.
it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, it was a pleasure meeting my daughter's friends too, I guess.
We'll be back and then you can spend more time with Suo.
Good. I'll make more tea.
Suo's just like leaving and like, yeah.
Buns just
I'm
kind of
sure-
mutters, go give your mom a hug.
Next time. Because she's like, she's very much so like walking backwards, finger guns, like, yeah.
Suo,
I
you
can
should give your
definitely
mama
process the
a hug.
emotional ramifications of the past 24 hours.
Mace will definitely give her a shove towards Akame.
Stumbles forward, glares over at Mace.
Buns,
Akane-
give your mom a hug.
Akane kind of walks over to you and she gently smiles and she extends her arms and she wraps them around you and then she starts hugging. And then you can kind of feel as it turns into one of those very aggressive mom hugs, like the sending their kid off to their first day of school mom hugs. And she's
Aww.
just like, if you get hurt, I'll kill you.
You get hurt, I'll put you through a wall.
I'm trying to decide. I don't know whether or not Suo would because either one of two things would happen. Either it's you're having a bad day and you call your mom and she says hello and you immediately start crying. Right? It's
Mhm.
either gonna be like the equivalent of that, so she fully just starts sobbing and like full hugs her mom, or it's her arms are pinned to her side, so she's like awkwardly trying to hug her, but like really she's just tapping her mom's back and is like super stiff.
Roll wisdom save for composure.
Right.
I
You
was about
know
to say,
what? Go
however
for it.
you want to decide how you react, you can
I
roll
was
for
like
it if
probably
you want.
a little column A, starts off as like the super stiff, and then as it gets tighter, she's just like, and just like,
Just loses it.
yeah.
After a long, kind of crushing hug, she lets you go, and you see as she gives that warm smile that she greeted everybody with and tilts her head, and you can see just a little bit of wet where her on her cheeks where she was definitely crying, and she kind of wiped it away before putting you down, and she gives a very genuine warm smile and she goes, do your best.
She's probably just gonna okay, bye.
And
Just, like,
run.
right.
She doesn't know what else
You
to
kind
do.
of you kind of hear from the doorway as Claire goes, I'll see you guys later.
Be
Don't
safe,
die. We
Claire.
have a tower to look at.
Yep. Go
So you guys
like
kind of
steal it up or something. Yeah, and stay in there and move it around and stuff. I don't know.
you're sounding like him already. That's weird.
All of a sudden, all anybody hears is "fuck."
Insert yak bellow here.
So you guys can easily kind of follow that same trail.
The one worn path in the forest.
Mhm. As you make it back to a spot, and the bird kind of gives a couple chirps before that same snow door kind of starts to like form again. All right, somebody open the door. It's warm in here. I like the cold.
We don't.
I bellow.
Reach up, open the door, and show everyone out.
As everybody kind of walks through, they're greeted with that same cold winter air. Ham, as you pass through, you go from yak back to ham, and are suddenly you suddenly have a buns fall on top of you as you kind of fall
You-
into the snow.
Because Buns is bigger than
Mm-hmm.
You can't see him. He's 2 feet tall, standing upright.
Yes.
Yes.
The snow isn't as deep here in the forest. It's maybe a foot small, but you can't see him because he is probably toppled over with a buns on top of him.
Sorry. She crawls off of him.
I miss having fur.
immediately.
It's a shame that you
Clinging
got turned
to-
into a yak. Would have been better if you got turned into a bird. But then again, I guess that would make you feel bad because then you'd never get to experience it ever again. And I wouldn't want you to feel
Oof.
bad about it.
Suo will help pick him up, right? And be like, I mean, I could teach you druid magic.
Do you know what it's like to be a bird?
Not yet.
Once you go bird, you never go back.
Let's just get out of the cold.
Mace just shakes his head in the bird's direction.
Which way are we supposed to go?
Oh, I'll lead you to the edge of the forest, and then I'll point you in the right direction. That way, and it kind of extends its wings in a direction kind of through the forest and leads you through.
Okay.
I mean, roughly east by southeast, mostly southeast.
Can you tell when people come into your forest?
Yes, of course.
Besides us and any other people that you know are supposed to be here, are there any strangers here?
Not currently.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be strangers. Careful.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll make sure everything's nice and cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. Don't worry. If they're not birds, then I probably won't hang out with them anyway. You guys are lucky.
Meh.
You got to hang out with me.
I miss
We're
the
not lucky enough to
fireplace.
be birds.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He kind of points and he goes, "Okay, the edge of the forest is right over here."
Okay.
And he kind of hops off Suo's head and lands on a branch, the lowest branch at the edge of the forest. Okay, one by one. Once you step out of the forest, I'll give you the information you need.
Oh, okay. Buns heads out.
Pretty sure Ham's getting carried.
Okay, that's you, that's you, that's you, that's you. Is that all of you? This is all of you, right? You would keep track of yourselves, right? You know that this is all of you?
We have everybody?
Nugget.
Has Ladinsky.
Do we have a Vladinsky? You're muted again, by the way.
Oh, yes, my bad. You know that damn helmet, it gets screwed on a little too tight. It makes it so I
Yeah.
can't talk at times.
Yeah.
Okay, are we keeping track of this? Because I'm only gonna be able to say it once, and then I'm gonna go because I got bird things to do. Like all of my friends are waiting for me.
Buns pulls out her book.
I pull out my
Quill.
cookbook.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna want to go directly that way, and he points in that direction. And he goes, "If you keep going that way for a while, you're gonna run into a forest. It's gonna not look like any of the other forests because you're gonna definitely walk through a couple forests before then. But this one's gonna be a little strange. The leaves are gonna be different colored. They're gonna be more like sandy colored, I guess.
Mhm.
And then once you find that, you're gonna want to start walking into the forest. Once you get to a place where the ground is pretty densely covered in sand, you're gonna want to call out specifically for the spirit by name. He'll definitely show up if you call his name.
What's
That's
his
the
name?
important part. Let's see. So it's some weird bear name. Let me spell it for you. So it goes. So it starts with an R. Russell.
Okay.
So if you just call that name out, then he should come and find you. He's not a bird, though. I'm sorry.
And we will tell him that you said, what is your name?
Oh, my name is Pete,
Because
but
of
not
course
spelled
it
like
is.
the weird way. It's spelled Peet.
Not
Mostly
the
because the first time I popped into here, I went and found the first bird I could find, and I said, "Hey, do you know who I am?" And they said, "Beep." So I just assume I'm Pete.
Love that.
Onward that way.
Okay, don't hug him though. He's made of fire. It hurt.
Okay.
I'll tell him that he still owes me some snacks.
Bye.
Bye. And the snow kind of starts to cover the edge of the forest in a wave. And that is where we will end today's session of Awooters Does D&D.
Awooters does dunda.
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 Dun, 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 dun.
So we did it. Yay.
We did it.
Yay. We
Look,
say
and
A
it's
whole session where
small.
nobody died or nearly died.
yay.
Yay!
And we all
We-
have Heroes Feast.
We
You
saved
do.
Suo's
Finally.
mom.
Suo met her mom.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
And now you're gonna go find a flaming bear.
Named Russell.
Yay!
Which isn't at all a hint to maybe a guest on next week's episode.
Right, no, not at all.
Not at all. Nope.
No. It's just a weird coincidence.
Uh-huh. We
Here
look
And
forward to
also
having you,
just,
Russell.
Just a fun little disclaimer for everyone. It's not a joke. He does want to know. He does very much badly want a character that can fireball themselves. So
tracks.
enjoy
think-
that.
I think the entire trip, Buns is going to work on a scroll of fireball for this bear.
But that will be it for this week's episode. Sunday is a good day. It seems we've been having a pretty decent time aside from all of the technical issues, which we will get figured out before next week. But it seemed to work out pretty well. So you will see us again next Sunday for some more Awooters Does D&D.
Yay.
And we will we'll end this session the way I like to end most sessions, which is, did you all have fun?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yay!
hey, I've got to go into a kitchen.
Yay! Ham's dream is always to enter a kitchen.
Every place they go, there's a kitchen.
Kitchen.
Speaking of Ham and his dreams to enter kitchens, Ham, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm a character on the D&D stream for the Awooters team.
Where else can people find you on the internet, Ham?
You can find _Foxy on their Twitch chat
Oh,
and
okay.
in the Discords.
Oh, okay. We're doing this in character. Got it. Okay. Cool.
And you could and Wander Home.
Which will be
You
this
can-
week. Yes, Ham.
Yes, this upcoming Thursday.
Yay.
Is
Yeah.
Ham a big fan of
Yay.
Wanderhome?
Yes, because there's a chef.
Yeah, that checks out. There is in fact a chef.
Yeah.
Vladinsky, could you please tell everybody where they could find Husky on the internet?
If they could find the, if they could find it